Ask yourself the damn question. Is hitting the only thing to you?
Sports today are not just played on the field. They're played every day, online, all over the world, by sports fans just like you.
Don't you dare breathe. That won't get you anywhere. If you don't think you're a winner, you don't belong here.
The Star Fantasy League Show puts you in control of your own team. Find out who to sit, who to start, how to play, and have your daily fantasy sports questions answered with your host, Jonathan Sprung, and co-host SFL CEO Zach Stanley and Nick Steblenko. The Star Fantasy League Show is on the air now.
Hello and welcome to the Star Fantasy League Show here on 105.5 The Team in Rochester. I'm your host, Jonathan Sprung, joined, as always, by SFL CEO, Mr. Zach Stanley.
I'm glad to have you back.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, for the most part.
Did you?
I talked some trash about you while you were gone.
Of course you did. Of course you did. It wouldn't be a vacation of sorts.
And about Nick.
Oh,
obviously.
Was he here when you made fun of him?
No.
Oh, that's not nice.
I just, took the opportunity to rip into him when I had my chance, and it's nice to be able to talk about Nick and how he doesn't know what he's doing in basketball.
That's not very nice. Why would you say such things? What if he did so much research in the day and a half that you went from making fun of him last time?
Well, it's not even just about the fact that he doesn't know that much. It's about the kind of crap that he's been talking just about the NBA in general.
I believe it's sissy, whiny man boys.
I haven't been saying anything about hockey.
That's because you like hockey.
I like hockey.
Yeah, there you go. All right, also the man who runs the universe is here. Footer's Universe. Matt Footer's here. What's up?
Hey, I found my way back in, but I'm in
a
different
chair. Yeah.
Yeah, different chair today.
I'm sorry. When I'm here, nobody gets this chair. This belongs to the head honcho. They say at the beginning of the show.
I should be in the chair that Footer's in.
Why?
Because this chair is feeble.
Wow, you really care about the sturdiness of the chair?
Yeah, we'll switch at the end of this quarter.
Yeah, actually, we are going to switch it up since we are mostly talking about basketball today. You guys covered some Eastern Conference divisions. We ran out of time. The season started yesterday, so we're going to do a full Western Conference preview, jam-packed into one show today. I'm going to give you the biggest burning question for each team in the Western Conference, and we're going to make some picks. Does that sound good?
One of them seemed to be answered last night.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to ask that question, and we're going to have 2 seconds to laugh at it. But, Footer, Lou Williams is not in the Western Conference. You excited about that?
Oh, is it?
No, he plays for Toronto for some reason.
I actually did know that.
How many minutes a game did he average in the preseason? Did you check it?
No, I never looked.
It was probably like 3.
It wasn't much.
He's bad.
He can shoot the 3 once in a while. That's about as good as it gets. There's not much more that he can offer.
And he's got a Jerry.
He's gonna go off this season.
He's got a Jerry curl going on too, which is kind of weird. He's a weird.
He looks pretty fresh.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. All right. Before we get to the NBA Western Conference preview, and we have some football to talk about for Week 9. But first, we got to talk about opening night in the NBA. How excited are you, Zach?
Well, I came back. I went to dinner at my mom's house. I came back home.
What'd you eat? No, I'm just kidding. I
had watched a little bit. I was listening on the radio. I turned on the TV when I got back. And after about an hour of watching the game, I realized that I had not even checked the baseball that was going on.
Hey, who cares?
Well, and then I checked and saw it was the 4th inning and it was 8-0.
Wait, 8-0 who?
Royals.
Okay. I really don't care. I did see the score was 10-0. Obviously, I saw that. But, yeah, who cares?
I care. I'm excited for Game 7. And I was going to watch, the end of the game if it was close down to the wire. But as it always happens with baseball, it's like if there's a more action-packed, compelling sport going on, I'm going to watch that until the point at which the baseball is going to be compelling. Because even if it's 1-1 in the 4th, it's like,
Yay.
all right.
Still got 5 more innings.
Game's just running along.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
We were both right on our prediction yesterday, though. We both picked the Royals to win.
That's true.
And
it was an easy pick.
It was.
Yeah.
They, like I said, they got to Jake Peavy early.
Wow, what a surprise. Jake Peavy sucked in 2 games in the World Series. Who would have saw that coming? Oh, everyone. That's unless you're a San Francisco Giants fan.
I think it's got to be the end for Peavy.
Yeah, he's close to the end of the line. He's close.
Time to give it up.
All right, let's talk about last night. The big sneaking question for the Los Angeles Lakers is going to be accidentally answered early. It's Kobe Bryant. Did he already quit on his teammates? It's been 1 game. It looked like into the first quarter he'd already quit on his teammates.
Why do you feel that way?
Why do I feel that way?
Why do you think he
this
quit
is the
on his
worst.
teammates?
This is the worst. I'm sorry, not quit on, but meaning he doesn't trust his teammates. He doesn't really. I don't think this is the worst team he's had since 2004.
John, at one point in the game, I saw him actually take Jordan Hill and grab his jersey from the back
and
to
choke
move him into a proper screening position, and then get the ball and jack up a jumper and get it and hit it. I mean, these guys, he knows more about the game than anybody on this team.
That's the problem.
Byron Scott is not going to be the answer for this team, I don't think. Joseph Randle getting injured is a disaster. But I don't know. I feel like he's at the point of his career where he's going to keep playing hard. He's going to get frustrated from time to time. That always happens. But he's not the same Kobe that he was 10 years ago where he's going to just flip out and start yelling at the guys. I think he's really going to try to teach them and hopefully build a decent team for next year.
So you're saying he doesn't see Smush Parker's face in every single person that makes a bad pass? Remember Smush Parker?
He almost
punched
Parker
him.
very well.
He almost punched him.
Hey, Trevor Ariza was on that team too.
That is true. Now Trevor Ariza's making $25 million or whatever.
But
$28 million.
I saw Kobe get frustrated and put his frustration on Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
But I also saw him holding Joseph Randle's hand and helping him get carried onto the whatever thing.
Gurney, stretcher, or whatever.
Stretcher.
So what you're saying is Kobe is basically like the Peyton Manning of basketball, like he's more of the coach than the actual coach?
No, Kobe's a selfish man. I'm not going to say the word I wanted to say.
Was that a good basketball drop-in right there?
I don't think he
okay.
is a selfish player anymore. I really don't.
He took 17 shots.
He should.
Yeah, I guess that is true.
Who else?
They weren't falling last
They don't even have like Jeremy Lin.
Jeremy Lin should be shooting like 15 times a game. He won't. He's too scared. I think he's scared of Kobe Bryant yelling at him.
He got better, and Elliot's looked decent in the second. They closed it to like 7 in the second half at one point.
But James Harden's just too good.
Houston is a much better, much deeper team. Terrence Jones looked great last night. Dwight Howard got in foul trouble early and
surprise
only ended up playing 20 minutes, but they were just dominant. I mean, I saw who the Lakers ended up putting on the court when there were 7 people in. I don't even know some of these guys.
Wait, so can I now say who? And
I don't even know some of these guys.
If I say the word who, it's appropriate now because literally, some of the names at the end of that roster, like I know Ryan Kelly. Past Ryan Kelly, no idea.
Yeah.
No idea.
No, I was a little confused.
All right, we need to move on to the NBA Western Conference preview. We're doing no Giles mailbag today. We're talking exclusively about the West. We're going to break it down by division. Starting out with the Northwest, the big question in the Northwest, since there's a certain guy in here who's not playing. I believe he's a reigning MVP. Is that
I know
guy?
this. I actually do know this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you going to say it?
I think it's Kevin Durant.
Yeah, you got it. He's out at what, a couple months, we're going to say?
Yeah, he's out a couple months.
All right, let's start at the top here. Oklahoma City, will Russell Westbrook emerge as a legit number one in the absence of KD?
He's a number one anyways.
No, I mean able to be running this team.
Will he be able to take this? Yes, I think he will. I think he'll put this team on his shoulders. He's too talented. I mean, this is the type of guy that can do it on his own. He is that good. He is that talented. He is that quick. And he has gotten better over the course of the last couple of years at seeing what's around him, looking to make the pass. There's not a lot of guys that are going to be on this team, especially early in the season, that can shoot.
Yeah,
he is going to be forced into the position that he kind of already relishes, where he needs to be attacking constantly.
Did you see that Oklahoma City finally made the smart decision and benched Kendrick Perkins? Steven Adams will start tonight.
I did see
in
that.
Game 1.
Also, Reggie Jackson is going to be hurt to start the year.
Yep.
So that's not
Jeremy
good for
Lamb's
them.
out as well, so this will be fun.
Yeah, they've got Perry Jones in the starting lineup.
Oh, goody. You're going to get to see the kids. The kids are coming out, and I don't trust them.
The thing is that it's going to be very difficult for him. Anybody that is in the situation that he's in now with the players around him, it's going to be hard because this team doesn't look once you lose Reggie Jackson, you just don't have anybody out there that can really put the ball in the hoop besides him. Serge Ibaka,
he needs help.
Serge Ibaka's gotten a lot better at shooting. He's a big presence out there. He's going to be a huge asset for him. I mean, we'll see. But I'm excited to watch him try to take over every game because that will at least be exciting.
But you still think they probably win the Northwest easily, right? Because the rest of this division is it's basically them, Portland, and meh. The Northwest is just not. It's just not.
I don't think that the 2 months. I think they'll be able to stay above 500 for the 2 months that Durant is out, and they'll be in great shape when he gets back.
Well, the only other team I mentioned Portland. The big question for them in the offseason is this team a legitimate contender after doing nothing?
No.
The offseason was nothing. I think the second half of the season they were number one going into what? a couple months into the season, and then they basically just dropped off and played 500 ball the last couple months.
I mean, we're still going to see more development from Damian Lillard. He's still got a lot of room to grow. He's a young and very exciting player. The guy that really bothers me on this squad is Nick Batum, who is a defensive specialist, very good. He can do pretty much anything on offense. He's very long, but he just doesn't. It's like there's no consistency to his offensive game, and that tends to really damage them a lot because when they have Lillard and Aldridge and you focus in on those two guys, you need somebody else to step up. Sometimes he does it, sometimes he doesn't do it, and I think he's like 5th year at this point.
Yeah, he's at a point where he needs to start being an every night player, not oh, hey, where's he tonight?
Right.
Yeah, that's a problem. Everybody else in this division I'm lumping into the same category of not a chance in hell they make the playoffs, right? Denver, I couldn't tell you who's the leader of that team. That's the big question for this team. Who is leading the Denver Nuggets? Don't tell me it's the Manimal. He has no idea how to lead a team.
Denver has some talent on this team.
That's the thing. They have talent, but when it all comes together...
Why does there need to be one exclusive leader?
You need to have every team you can pinpoint the guy on that team or the two guys. This one is just
Ty Lawson and Kenneth Faried.
Yeah.
Kenneth Faried came into his own last year and looked very, very impressive. Could potentially be a 2010 guy this year.
He played pretty well in the FIBA championships this summer as well.
He looked great. I love what I'm seeing out of him. Denver's actually one of the teams that I'm more excited about because they added Aaron Aflalo.
Yeah, they re-added him. They had him and then they shipped him off.
Right, that's true. They still have a solid bench with Wilson Chandler, Foy.
Is Danilo healthy? Do we know?
Danilo is healthy. He's going to be in the starting lineup. That's great to have him back. Mozgov and then still Hickson coming off the bench. And then you've got Faried and Lawson. This is still a pretty good team to me.
But
a lot of injury problems.
Yeah,
for them
that's very true. They kept talking about how Brian Shaw was the best assistant. Players love him. Can he bring this team together and be an actual legit shot at the 8th seed? Because they're no higher.
Can they rival the division? No, but can they make the playoffs? Absolutely. I really think they can.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think they're deep enough, and I think they have enough growing talent that they can get it done.
We're going to have to talk about that going in because all 8 teams in the playoffs last season look like they're pretty locked into the playoffs again. It's so difficult to get in the playoffs in the West because you saw Phoenix won, what was it, 40? Phoenix won 48 games and did not get in the playoffs last season.
Yeah, the West is very, very good.
In the East, a team 4 games under 500 made the playoffs as well.
Yeah, and almost beat the number 1 seed in the first round of the playoffs.
It's pretty bad.
That's disgusting. I can't deal with these. That's why I'm glad we're talking only about the Western Conference today. It's all good teams pretty much.
The East is going to be fun to watch this year too.
Yeah, that is true, but it's hard to rival the West. It's a great conference.
A lot
basketball.
of offense.
All right, coming after the break, we are continuing our preview of the NBA Western Conference, and you're listening to the Star Fantasy League show on 105.5 The Team.
The Star Fantasy League Show. Information is key to being a successful fantasy team owner, and the guys have all the updated info you need right now. Okay, fantasy sports fans.
There's a letter in your mailbox.
Time to dig into Donald's mailbag for your questions and comments.
Read the mail, read the mail, read the mail.
Jump in the game. Send your questions and comments to the Star Fantasy League's team by tweeting at SFL Show.
Sure, you can tweet us at SFL Show if you want to be part of Donald's mailbag or Footer's universe, but you know what? We're continuing our preview of the Western Conference today, so no mailbag talk.
Or universe.
What? I already said that.
No, neither.
No, neither? No, that's tonight, midnight. We still have that.
Really?
Wait, you moved me up to Wednesday? It's not just Sundays anymore?
Oh, shoot. I don't really know. I have no idea what we did.
Oh, boy.
You're getting him excited.
I know. Can we move on?
Woo!
I have something outside of the office for you. Go.
Okay.
Okay. Good. We got rid of Footer. Now Zach and I can talk basketball like two basketball fans will. We were talking about the Northwest before the break. We didn't get to the two basement dwellers in the Northwest. That would be Minnesota and Utah. I actually personally liked what Minnesota did, except for the Thad Young trade. I don't like Thaddeus Young only because I would have preferred the first-round pick that went to Philadelphia in this deal.
Yeah, well, Thaddeus Young is also getting older.
That's what I'm saying. Wouldn't you prefer a potential lottery pick over this?
He's a guy that hasn't demonstrated that he can just take over a game at any time.
He's just a stat hound. That's what he's been.
He is. And he's had some really, really good nights. He's had some great games, but he's not consistent. He's getting older. He's not great defensively. There's really not that much going on there that makes you excited when you have him involved in a team that is trying to be very forward thinking right now.
Yeah, they're definitely looking towards the future. I do like what they did with these young kids. Obviously, Kevin Martin's going to be moved out. They just bought out J.J. Barea.
I love that Philly got rid of Thaddeus. Build your team. That's exactly what Minnesota should be doing. They're doing that in a lot of different ways, except having Thaddeus Young and Kevin Martin out there.
Yeah, Flip Saunders is insane. He thinks he's going to win now. I don't think this team should be trying to win now.
Flip Saunders managed to get control of the front office and
extortion? I don't know. Blackmail?
And coach.
Yeah, he's doing something. I'm not really sure what it is, but I'm interested to see what this team does. Could they win 30 games? Maybe. Possibly.
I mean, this is a team that is at least exciting because you want to see what Anthony Bennett is going to be able to do out there.
I want to see how much he weighs.
He's had a great preseason.
I want to see what he weighs. That's my. He fluctuates. That guy fluctuates.
He's looked very, very good. He looks very good in summer league.
245 right now.
245?
Yeah.
A svelte 245.
He's a beast.
He's a big guy.
But number one pick as of last year, really trying to grow into his own. We'll see if that's the case, but everything that I've heard has been very good. And then you have Wiggins. That's exciting. That's stuff that will make you actually want to watch a team regardless of the fact that they're not good.
Yeah,
because you want to see how these young talents are developing.
Could you imagine if Cleveland took Jabari number 1 and then shipped him off? I think this Minnesota team would look a lot better with Jabari instead of Andrew Wiggins. But they got a number 1 pick, I guess, sort of.
Yeah, it remains to be seen.
Yeah, we don't know.
It really
yet.
does.
Rubio's contract's expiring, correct, at the end of the season. Do you think he gets moved at all?
I think they're talking about extending.
It's probably going to be an
soon,
extension.
Fair enough.
He's going to be paid way too much money. And quickly, Utah, anything there? I think this team is just a nothing right now. They overpaid Gordon Hayward.
No, Utah drives me absolutely nuts.
They overpaid Exum. Or not Exum. They overpaid,
They drafted
Derek Favors.
Exum for some reason.
I actually think that kid has some Giannis potential in him. He's a big, long kid. He's obviously 3 or 4 years away from being anything. He's like 18 years old.
It's true.
So they're not drafting him for right now.
Yes,
this team is not playing for right now.
There's a lot that they need to do developmentally, but I'm not sure that Trey Burke is ever going to pan out.
Nope. Not convinced.
I didn't see a lot happening there. He had some flashes. Whether he's able to be a consistent part of a team, that's one thing. But a leader, I just don't see it. Derek Favors hasn't really become what they hoped for, and they're talking about putting Inez Cantor out on the perimeter.
Stop it! Yeah, shooting threes. He
Yeah.
said he was going to shoot some threes. Yeah, get out of here. I don't believe it. Somebody said that he's going to need to make 6 wide open threes in one game for them to guard.
And then they have Alec Burks in the starting lineup. So that pretty much tells you all you need to know.
Yep, Burke and Brooks. All right, let's move on to the Pacific Division. We already covered the LA Lakers. They're going to be bad.
Yeah.
They need to keep their pick and not ship it off to Phoenix. They need to get in the top 5 in the lottery, which means they need to be a bottom 3 team to even be considered, just to guarantee them.
I have a really big problem with everything that the Lakers have done.
Correct.
What
do they do?
The only thing that I actually appreciate them doing and agree with that some people have stipulated about is paying Kobe. I think Kobe deserves to get paid. I think he's earned it.
It's killed the franchise.
But it's not though.
There
are tons of players out there that are getting a ton. When Kobe's getting $24 million.
Yeah.
Gordon Hayward's getting 20. Okay, so there's tons of crap going on all throughout the league where guys are getting overpaid. Chris Bosh is getting a max contract.
Well, and don't forget,
Kobe has earned it, and he's still good enough to earn it.
The cap's going up significantly in the next time Kobe's going to be eligible for a contract, so it's not going to completely kill him. But for the next 2 years, this team is not going to be good.
It's not just about that to me, though. They let a lot of people get away. They let Kent Bazemore go away.
Yeah, that made no sense.
They let Pau Gasol get away and replaced him with a lesser Pau Gasol and Carlos Boozer.
Yep.
They just really did nothing. I mean, while they were looking at, maybe we'll be able to get Carmelo and have a really good team.
Nope.
And still having Nash on their team, and he's gone now, which was just bound to happen. They didn't end up looking at any of the lower level guys that were available in free agency
Thomas,
that
Eric
would have
Bledsoe.
made them a good core team around Kobe.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the rest of this division because, Lakers are not going to be anything. Sacramento, I love this question. How are Darren Collison and Ramon Sessions better than Isaiah Thomas? Screw you, Sacramento. Isaiah Thomas was great for you. He was a 20-point scorer for you last season. Many speculate that somebody, namely Boogie Cousins, doesn't like him, and that's why he's no longer on the team.
Ramon Sessions is old.
Yep.
He's never going to be an answer. Darren Collison is
bad. He's a backup.
Is very, very small.
He's a backup.
And he's a backup, right?
Yeah.
He's a quality backup.
But which one of them is starting?
IT2 was emerging, as one of the second-tier point guards in the league.
And also an unintentional comedy guy for his
and now Phoenix is just a big mess of point guards.
Yep.
Which I don't understand how either of those things were allowed to happen.
Yeah, let's talk about Phoenix real quick because they won 48 games last year. Can they get over the hump and break into the playoffs this season? I think they're going to go backwards, not forwards.
The one thing I don't agree with you. I think they have a lot of depth.
You think they get in the playoffs this year? You can't move 2 teams into the playoffs. You want to move New Orleans in there too and make it 3? You can't.
It was a surprise team yesterday.
I know everyone's picking New Orleans to make the jump. Phoenix can't make the jump, and New Orleans. And
okay, let's
team.
just say I like everybody.
Oh, okay,
except
great.
for Minnesota, Sacramento, Utah.
We're expanding it.
That's about it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and the Lakers. Obviously.
Yeah, obviously the Lakers. And
everybody. Minnesota. Did I say Minnesota?
Yeah, you said Minnesota.
Okay,
Don't worry,
fine.
they're included twice. All right. So what you think? You think Phoenix?
I think Phoenix is good. Okay, and I also like that they got rid of Channing Frye.
I think that actually helps their player development because I think Alex Len will get a chance to play this season
Absolutely.
more.
And
Marcus
both of the
Morris,
Morrises,
Markieff,
both of the Morrises will get a lot more playing time. I think that's what needed to happen. They have talent coming off
they got
their
some
bench.
PJ Tucker's a scrappy little player for this team.
They're going to be a fun team to watch, and they're going to give a lot of teams a run for their money. Playoffs, I don't know.
Playoffs?
I'll tell you, I don't know. Probably not.
Okay, I was just saying because you're going to have to.
I just think they're going to be better than
Memphis, maybe? No.
Maybe.
That's going to be one of the 8. Dallas is probably going to be a 7 or an 8 seed.
I think Dallas could be really good, actually. Yeah,
Even though they traded one of their best players away for a 95. Calderon was a sneaky good point guard.
Is not one of their best players.
For their team?
Okay.
He's a top 3 guy on the team.
They have Monte Ellis, who has gotten progressively better every year and mostly ran the point last night. They have Jameer Nelson now there. And then they have...
Yeah, I heard you on the show the other day. You said that Jameer Nelson was a great pickup.
No, I did not.
I have that on audio.
No way I said great pickup.
You did.
No way.
Because I heard it and I told...
I will have to listen back because I don't agree.
We will because I heard it and I was a little flabbergasted.
I've never been that impressed by Jose Calderon.
No?
No.
I think he's a good player.
They have... Now they have Felton backing him up too. They still have capable guys coming off the bench as point guards.
You just said Ray Felton is capable. How much does he weigh? Does he weigh more than Anthony Bennett? That's my big question. He's going to be eating barbecue in Dallas. That's a problem. I'm not convinced that's going to be a great situation for him. All right, let's talk about the rest of the Pacific. Phoenix is potentially in there, but we know Golden State and the Clippers.
Oh, and Devin Harris they have.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I do like Devin Harris.
Yeah, they have Devin Harris. And then with the addition of Chandler, who looked great last night, and Chandler Parsons, I think they could be solid.
I do like Chandler Parsons a lot on that team. All right, let's talk about the Golden State Warriors and the LA Clippers. How much will the Warriors regret not trading for Kevin Love? They had it on the table, Klay Thompson and David Lee for Kevin Love, and apparently they said no. How do you say no to that deal? That's literally Klay Thompson straight up for Kevin Love.
How can you say that? How can you say that David Lee is so worthless?
Because
he's like an 18-9 guy.
He's an expiring contract. That's what he is at this point. He's an expiring contract. Sure, he'll play for you, but Kevin Love goes back into that spot. That's exactly who you're moving for. So it's Klay Thompson for Kevin Love. That's what it is.
Kind of.
It basically, that's what the deal is.
Then they would have needed to be assured that they were going to get an extension from Kevin Love.
Okay, well, he did that in Cleveland. He gave the wink, nudge, nudge.
I would. Yeah, right. Which is one of the reasons. I don't think they got the assurance.
No?
No, I don't think
if
they
that's
did.
the
I think
deal,
that's what
then
happened.
fine.
But Klay Thompson looking really good in the preseason, supposedly. But it's the same thing with this guy. He doesn't have a lot to offer besides his sharp shooting.
And defense.
Fine. So, what are you really going to expect from him?
Yeah, I don't like that they said they didn't want to break up the Splash Brothers culture in Golden State. You break it up for a top 7 player. You break it up every time.
I don't have a problem with the team that is in Golden State. They're a very good team. They play well together. They have a pretty solid bench, but they are missing one piece.
And that piece should have been Kevin Love, right?
But then who do they have out there shooting? I mean, Klay Thompson is a huge piece to have a guy like Steph Curry that can create space for different players.
But you forget, David Lee's not a perimeter player. Kevin Love
David Lee can hit a jumper from anywhere, though.
No, but I'm saying Kevin, as in like a three-point shooter.
Well,
Kevin Love is the best outside shooter for a big man.
He would have worked very well in their offense.
That's what I'm saying. He basically turns into a power forward version of Klay Thompson.
But I'm also excited to see what Draymond Green's going to do and progress this year because he's looked better and better.
That is true. I do like their young. We'll see if Harrison Barnes becomes a nothing because Draymond seems like he passed him basically already.
They've done a good job of player selection. Like a lot of these guys are homegrown that they have on their team.
It's very true. They've drafted well. Clippers, will Donald Sterling's absence push this team over the top? Because last year they were unfortunate. They should have won that. They should have won in the playoffs, and I think that cloud hanging over the team literally sunk them.
You can take this one.
Well, we both picked the Clippers
To win the West?
To win it.
Wow. Win it all?
Yeah.
Oh, get out of here.
Yeah. Go Clip.
So
Who's going to be healthy on
they're
this
going to
team?
be good. That's my analysis of it.
What do you mean? What does that mean? They're all going to be healthy.
CP3 always seems to be.
CP3 was fine last
shoulder.
year.
He missed a month or so of the season.
He's fine.
I mean, they have two guys, that basically could be MVPs in this league.
They
And
never
Blake
will be
Griffin.
because they're playing on the same
Chris
team.
You rattle off this roster. Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, Chris Paul, J.J. Redick, Matt Barnes, Jamal Crawford. Now they've added guys like Spencer Hawes and Jordan Farmar. I mean, and Udo too. I mean,
Udo.
And they got Reggie Bullock coming up. They've got some exciting youth on the team as well. They added CDR.
Okay, really? You're excited about Chris
No, I'm
Douglas
just saying
Roberts on this
I'm
team?
saying it's a deep team.
Okay, I'm fine
And
with
that was
that.
one of the issues that I had with them. And now that they have Spencer Hawes instead of Glenn Baby Davis coming in, that's a big improvement.
That is a big. I do like Spencer Hawes as the third big man off the bench for that team. Coming after the break, we are not done with the NBA Western Conference preview. We still have the Southwest and the defending champion San Antonio Spurs to talk about. And you'll listen to the Star Fantasy League show on 105.5 The Team.
Play fantasy sports for cash prizes. Join the top daily and weekly fantasy leagues in the country at starfantasyleagues.com. Now, back to the Star Fantasy League show with Jonathan, Zach, and Nick, only on the team.
I can't even remember the last time the whole crew was back together. What happened, Zach? Where's Nick? Where am I? Where are you?
Nick's on one of his journeys.
One of his journeys. It's
a spiritual journey.
He's windsurfing in Barbados. Now that was you.
I didn't windsurf.
No, but you were in Barbados.
I didn't have time.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was working in paradise. My bad. Whatever. All right, before the break, we weren't done with the NBA Western Conference preview because we spent way too much time talking about CP3 and his bum shoulder. Bum shoulder. No, he's healthy, isn't he?
He's fine.
Fine.
He's
Every
one of the best
season.
point guards in the league.
What do you mean one of? He's the best point guard in the league. He is. Come on. He's a perennial MVP. Who do you have above him?
Derrick Rose.
Huh?
Derrick Rose?
Derrick Rose.
Oh, yeah.
That remains to be seen.
Are we talking about 2012 Derrick Rose?
I'm waiting to see what happens right now because there are a lot of different things going on in the league. There's a lot of guys that can step up and fill this void. And if Russell Westbrook takes over and is just absolutely dominant in the first 2 months, he'll have a big edge.
Yeah, it could be dangerous. We're going to talk the NFL Week 9, 1 o'clock games in a bit, but we're going to break down the final division in all of basketball, the Southwest, which I believe they're home to the defending 5-time champion San Antonio Spurs, that team.
And the Mavericks.
Okay, are you really that high on the Mavericks?
And Dallas.
That's the same team. Yeah, they're the same team. This is the best division in all of basketball. San Antonio, New Orleans, who we think is going to be amazing this year, Houston, Memphis, and Dallas. These are potentially all playoff teams this year, right?
No, yeah, you're absolutely right. There is so much talent here. There's not one single team that you can overlook. It's kind of a pain for everybody that's in this division. Because,
Yeah, they're going to play a lot of each other.
Yeah, I mean, San Antonio, Houston, and Dallas and Memphis have been good for several years now, but you add the Pelicans into that, it's getting crazy. I was extremely impressed with what the Pelicans did last night. Obviously, they played the Magic, which isn't so great.
Yeah, but a lot of people are pointing to that. But the fact
Anthony
that
Davis put on 15 pounds of muscle. They got Drew Holiday back. Eric Gordon looked healthy. They've bolstered that bench.
you didn't even mention the biggest addition from the offseason.
Asik.
Omer Asik.
The Sheik.
Anthony Davis got torched last year. His defensive rankings were terrible because he had to keep coming off his defender to guard in the post because people would switch, and he'd just get blown by because it's like, oh, you got to guard him too.
Dude, we were talking about the starting five yesterday with Sheik and Tyreek Evans just being like, wow.
I still think
This is a great starting five.
you don't think this because remember when Tyreek Evans went into the starting lineup, he was great. I think now that this team is so good, he needs to go back to the bench. I think he should be leading that second unit for just a scoring boost potential.
But who would you put? I mean, they have some stuff going on the bench that really isn't that bad at all. I mean,
You know what? Put Jimmer in the starting lineup. See what he does.
Ryan Anderson.
Well, obviously he's coming off the bench. Yeah.
Rivers.
Non-factor.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe that is something they should consider. But
What, putting Jimmer in
Okay,
there?
yeah,
I
I'm
like
wondering
Jimmer.
who do you insert into the starting lineup? I think Ryan Anderson is going to end up being that guy that subs in as a big man and also has the scoring capabilities from outside.
That is true. I just think putting Jimmer in the starting lineup allows you to just put a guy. You can hide him on defense with the guys on the team on the starting lineup.
Jimmer was 0 for 6 last night.
I did see that.
I saw that a lot last year in Chicago as well.
Yeah,
so.
that sounds about right.
We're still waiting for Jimmer to find his NBA shot.
He's confused
we
at where
saw the college shot a lot.
Yeah,
it was great.
He's confused at where that line is. He's like, I remember that line being closer. I don't really know what that line is. It's a little problem. So
I think he gets it's Jimmer time in his head as soon as he gets the ball, and then it just breaks.
So are we right to think that New Orleans is the team to make the leap this year? They seem like they're poised because Anthony Davis is a potential MVP candidate. That's the big question. Is Anthony Davis emerging as a legitimate MVP candidate if they make the playoffs?
I was just looking at this. We've seen Eric Gordon have a lot of injury troubles in the past.
Yep.
Anthony Davis has already had his injury issues. Tyreek Evans has had some, and Drew Holiday was out a good chunk of last year. So if any of these guys go down, or a couple of them go down, they're going to be in big trouble because from a depth perspective, there's just not that much going on here. They had 4 guys off the bench, I guess, if you include John Salmons, played 9 minutes or more yesterday. Salmons has twilighted. He is done.
Yeah, he's done. They're clearly looking for a rotation. This is a team that they should be looking. They shouldn't just be playing 8 or 9 guys. They should be playing 11 or 12
If they're
guys.
able to stay healthy and pick up a couple guys throughout the season and down to the trade deadline, they could be in really good shape.
If they have Salmons on the roster, they probably have some flexibility there, a little bit at least. Yeah. All right, let's talk about the rest of the division.
Get rid of John Salmons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Contract,
yeah.
yay.
It's over, dude.
All right, San Antonio's at the top here. Will Kawhi make the leap this season to the number 1 option? Is he going to be coming out of the season? Are we going to go, okay, it's Kawhi and the big 3 instead of the big 3 with Kawhi?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
Do you just think the system's not made for it?
Yeah, I do. I think the system's not made for it. I also think that, he is such an amazing defender. And to keep the kind of offensive production at the same time that they need him on defense to be the core guy that is a shutdown guy putting the energy on the floor every night against whoever's number 1, I don't think he'll be able to put up that kind of offensive production night in and night out. I think he'll be great, and I think he'll be I would say, in terms of the impact on the team, he'll be in the big 3 with Ginobili kind of being the 4th there that comes off the bench and has his night here or there. He'll have that type of impact, but he's not going to be some amazing offensive standout, I don't think. It's not in this system.
Okay. Understandable. All right, the last 3 teams quickly. Houston, Memphis, and Dallas. You think Dallas is going to make a leap. I actually personally think Houston's going to regress a little bit. Mm-hmm. I think basically giving away Jeremy Lin for nothing really hurts their depth. And Chandler Parsons spurning them again. It's just you throw Terrence Jones in there and go, here, see what you can do right away. He's going to have to sink or swim this season. I'm not sure what he does.
Yeah, there was some talk about Patrick Beverley perfecting his offensive game over the course of the season. I saw none of that last night.
Hold on, so instead of spending his time in the gym jawing at other players, he actually worked on his shot? That's what you're saying?
That's what he claimed. I saw him go 2 for 6 last night.
Was he chirping the whole time? Hey, I've been working on my game, bro. It's like, no, he didn't.
I mean, when they did that, I really thought they knew exactly what they were doing. They had to have Jason Terry play 21 minutes last night.
Oh, sorry.
Jason Terry. And then there's guys on here who I do not know.
Donis Mariunas, that guy?
What's his name? Black? T. Black?
Oh, Tariq Black?
Yeah.
He didn't even make the roster, did he?
Yeah, no, he played 24 minutes last night.
Did he really? Oh,
and then
God.
Papa Nicola or whatever.
Papa Nicolau. Yeah, he's a rookie.
19 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, good. This team's in for a fun year.
And then Monty Unas has never panned out.
No.
And so to me, they just don't have much going on the bench if anybody goes down.
Yeah, they're in trouble.
I like the addition of Trevor Ariza because he's a knockdown three-pointer, and with how often James Harden goes into the lane, you have him on the outside. But Chandler Parsons was the guy that usually stayed in.
Yeah.
Or he'd come out early, like say 5 or 6 minute mark,
and then come back,
back in when James Harden went to the bench, and he could kind of control the offense from there. They don't have that guy anymore.
Yep.
So I agree with you. I think they're going to regress a little bit.
And Memphis, is this team a dark horse in the West? Because everyone seems to be sleeping on Memphis, and this is when, remember, what was it, 3 years ago they made the Western Conference Finals basically by just destroying teams.
Everybody writes off Memphis all the time.
Why? Because they kept the same core. That core is a defensive beast. They do have scoring when they need it. I still like this team as a team to go at least 2 rounds deep in the playoffs. They can win anybody.
Yeah, they do have some very interesting additions on their bench too. Carter. They've got Vinsanity.
Yeah, I don't know what to think of that yet. I'll be honest.
He's on their bench.
He does bring some interesting depth because they actually did lack bench scoring last year. That was a problem.
They added John Lure.
Yeah. They got rid of James Johnson, though. James Johnson I liked a lot. He went to Toronto. Yeah, get out of here. Costa Kufas.
What? They have some pieces on the bench that are capable of going in and playing some minutes.
They have warm bodies. All right, so that's pretty much the West. The West Conference is done. I'm just excited to have actual basketball. We'll be talking fantasy basketball moving forward on StarFantasyLeagues.com. Season long, daily fantasy. Get in the games right now. We got plenty of guaranteed contests posted, but it's time to talk about it's football time, right?
Yeah, I was up till 2 in the morning looking at basketball lineups last night.
I know. I love basketball so much. Our Boston Celtics will tip off tonight. I don't want to talk about them. If they win more than 25 games, I'll be really excited.
Excited about some more Sullinger growth. Though.
I'm excited to see that smart kid.
Rondo Matica?
What? What? No.
He's supposed to play tonight.
Who? Rondo? Oh, yeah, Rondo's 100% playing. You think he's not going to play? He's going to have a giant brace on his arm.
Jason and I have a bet going on whether he's going to play. So
Really? Oh, that'll be fun. All right, well, let's get into the NFL Week 9 preview. We have a few minutes here, and then after the break, we'll continue our talk. All the 1 o'clock games, what we're covering right now. StarFantasyLeagues.com, we have over 15,000 in guaranteed prize pools for Week 9 on the schedule. Let's start it off with the crap bowl of the week, Tampa Bay and Cleveland. The Browns are a 7-point favorite. Why are they a 7-point favorite against anybody?
Because the Bucs are that bad.
But don't forget, this Cleveland team basically did not look good against Oakland at home.
And they lost to Jacksonville on the road.
Yeah. This team, you said don't sleep on Oakland, and they kind of tried to sleep on Oakland.
Can we move on to the next game? I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I personally, nothing intrigues me in this game at all. Like, why would it?
I'm interested. The only thing I'm interested to see is what pans out for the running back situation.
If you say Ben Tate again for like the 5th week in a row, I'm going to hit you. You seem to love Ben Tate.
I like Ben Tate, but I'm talking about the other side. Pretty much it's going to be probably Bobby Rainey for this game. But it's going to be interesting to see how things play out with him, Charles Sims.
No, not interesting. It's Tampa Bay. We could literally – hold on. Did you guys talk about the trade deadline? Everyone's talking it up and nothing happened.
Yeah, we talked it up.
Nothing happened.
Well,
nothing happened.
What's his name? Barron got traded.
Who?
And they unloaded –
No, literally.
They were the only team to trade.
I have no idea who that is.
Mark Barron.
Who? I legitimately don't know. Someone tell me who this guy is.
Safety from Tampa Bay, Mark Barron.
Oh, what a surprise Tampa Bay was
involved. What was he, the 7th overall
and they
pick
traded
like 3
a lineman.
years ago or something?
Terrible.
All right, I think we talked about this game enough.
Good, we've moved on. One of the games of the week, Arizona and Dallas. Dallas lost. I actually listened to Monday's show. You did call it and said, do not sleep on Colt McCoy. We do have that on the record. You said some other terrible things that didn't pan out.
Oh, no, I absolutely crushed it. I said something else.
You also said...
The trap game.
Yeah, you also said Jameer Nelson was a great pickup, and I will bring you the audio of that. But that's fine. We'll move on from that. But don't forget, you get credit for Colt McCoy, but I'll bash you on Jameer Nelson.
No way I said that.
All right.
I made a prediction last weekend, though, I thought.
Did you?
What it was.
About Dallas and Washington on Monday night? Or
I can't remember. I got to remember all my stuff so I can gloat.
Yeah, I know. That's the best part about the show.
That's what Nick does well.
Yeah, we're accountable for our actions, but we also gloat when we get it right. That seems to be the Star
Nick
Fantasy
here to
show.
say what he's wrong about.
All right, so this game, Arizona-Dallas, I personally think Dallas's defense is kind of going back to where we thought it would be at the beginning. Not where at the beginning of the season, but it's not as good as it has been. They were preventing points from being scored and turning the ball over, and if they're not doing that, their defense isn't going to be as good. I personally think Palmer could be a play in this game. I like Carson Palmer.
Definitely. One guy I really like this game is John Brown at his price because you saw
you're buying in the John Brown hype, are you?
Well, you saw what Deshaun Jackson as a deep ball threat did on Monday Night Football, and Brown, I think he has 4 touchdowns on the season, is leading the team in receiving touchdowns. So he caught that great catch against Philadelphia on Sunday. So
Carson Palmer clearly trusts this kid to go deep. Larry Fitzgerald is sadly phasing out of this offense.
I like Arizona in this game. I really do. I think Dallas is on a little bit of a downswing.
Arizona doesn't have to travel that far to play them.
Yeah, so. For all this talk about Dallas being the best team in the NFC, is Arizona the best team in the NFC right now?
Right now, yes.
I think so as well.
Oh, baby. Cardinals fans are really excited to hear that. It's the first time they've heard that in a long time.
A lot of Cardinals fans here in Rochester.
Yeah, not a chance. Coming out after the break, we're continuing our NFL Week 9 preview, and you're listening to the Star Fantasy League show on 105.5 The Team.
You're listening to the Star Fantasy League show. Contact the StarFantasyLeagues.com guys via Twitter at SFL Show.
We are back, and we're not messing around. We're continuing our talk for NFL Week 9 preview. We don't have a show on Friday this week because God knows, I don't know what's going on.
Some stupid reason.
Oh, great. Thank you for ruining You do know the network heads listen to this, right? We've just been removed from Friday's show. Oh, wait, we already were off the air. So tomorrow will be the Weekend Fantasy Focus, where we actually give you the value plays for Week 9, top plays of the week, and we play Would You Rather, where I believe Zach and Footer will fight to the death. I heard you guys smack talk in my Would You Rather, where I gave you the win, quote unquote.
Nick and I?
Yeah.
Yeah, why wouldn't we? You weren't in the office. I always.
Smack talk me when I'm
You
out
took
of the
the
office.
opportunity.
I know how to mute you guys, so don't
I actually got muted once.
I did
for no reason.
I did hear that happen.
It was awful and unacceptable.
All right, you guys can play on StarFantasyLeagues.com for all of your daily and season-long fantasy needs. We have basketball, we have hockey, we have football. Did I mention we have season-long contests? What other site has that?
I love season long.
Yes, so do I.
I've started to realize that even more this year, that I have a pretty even split between the two in terms of how much I spend my time on each, but season long's just never going anywhere for me because it's so awesome.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's why we integrated it on
I don't make the switch, I make the split.
That's true. That's why we integrated it on StarFantasyLeagues.com. We don't want you to pick where you play. We want you to play in the same spot.
Yeah, everything that you like to play in one place.
Correct.
And I enjoy being an amateur myself in basketball. I'm able to
learn
more. Yeah,
Nick
basically.
actually tried to learn last season. He picked Gorgie every day, so that was good for him.
Yeah, remember we
Gorgeous.
just sit up here and spit basketball, and Nick would soak some of it in,
Yeah,
and then do remotely well.
Yeah, Seth Young tried to do that as well, but he kept saying Brooke Lopez, and I don't really know how that happened. He actually did that on the show. He had it written down. It was sad.
And he thought Zach Randolph was a point guard.
Yep. Yeah, that actually is. He thought he was Mike Conley.
At least I haven't said that so far.
All right, we got 5 more games to quickly talk about. Just give me some names you're interested in. Philadelphia at Houston. The Eagles are favored on the road here. They had a heartbreaking loss against Arizona, but those are 2 of the top 4 teams in the NFC right now.
Houston's kind of a pain to play. I'll just say that just because of what they are able to do defensively. I'm definitely going to take the Eagles in this game, but there's not many players that I'm very tempted by besides Arian Foster.
Yep.
With all the buys this week, I think Foles is obviously a top 10 play this week.
I don't know about that.
Top 10 against Houston.
For a QB,
J.J.
yes.
Watt is going to eat him. He's going to eat him alive.
He might come in at 10. That's still a top 10 play.
Yeah, don't forget, Jadeveon Clowney is playing in this game as well. So they're going to get some pressure on the quarterback.
He did pretty well against Arizona's defense last week, who has been pretty good this season as well. So
they don't get as much pressure as Houston does.
He also threw the ball 62 times, which is unacceptable.
Which could put him as a top 10 QB.
Yeah, that is true. All right, New York Jets and Kansas City. I am so all over Kansas City in this game. Give me Alex Smith. Give me.
I have a very difficult pick, just as a side. I have a very difficult pick in
Eliminator?
Survivor this week. Because there's a lot of 10 to 15 point spreads that I need to choose from.
I got to pick all these great teams. Pick Kansas City. Get out
I'm thinking about taking the Seahawks at home versus the Raiders.
Yeah, that's a good one.
15 points.
That's
spread.
a good one, too.
Would you guys touch Vic at 9,000
No.
on the site?
Not
Just purely on
chance.
his running ability.
Nope.
Probably not.
Nope.
I considered it just because of all the guys who are by this week.
I considered it, and then I laughed and said, no, thank you. That was my consideration.
It's not a very favorable matchup either.
No, I know. I thought about it. Just
The only things I have written down from this game are Kansas City players. Travis Kelce at 9,000, Dwayne Bowe 7,359. I feel like he hasn't gotten the end zone that much, but I think he could have sneaky potential here against
If we said we were considering it, would you have considered it more? If we're oh yeah, we're all over that, you'd be like, I am too.
I love Mike Vick is my Mike Vick's a player in the
Come
NFL,
on, guys.
Right? No?
Yeah, you're thinking the way I'm thinking? No, actually, we're not.
No? You guys aren't excited about Mike Vick's train? Come on, what was the quick thing Geno Smith said in the press conference the other day?
Well, he said that he didn't care that
He thought
He
he
didn't
thought he
care.
didn't have the best day.
Yeah, no, he said. What did he say? He just went on with his day after he got.
Oh
benched.
yeah, just go on.
Went
You
on
just
with his day.
You got benched. Just go on.
What'd you
with
do?
your
I
day.
went on with my day.
All right, and if you just got benched from your NFL starting quarterback job and you're just going on with your day, I think you're doing your job wrong. Take it easy, guys.